All right, guys, we're back at it. Back in the basement, going to shoot a video on how I maintain and care for my gently used albums. So I got probably about a few albums that I just recently ordered. And when you order stuff online, you never know how they're going to come in, right? You don't know the condition, especially when they're used in our brand new album. So you definitely going to have to make sure you have to show them a little love. Make sure you clean them, maintain them. And I'll still like to clean them because you don't know what type of residence they was in previously to come into my home. So unless they're brand new, they're going to get cleaned. I'm going to go through a process in cleaning the albums, um, trying to do what I can to uh, get them to very good condition. So with that being said, this is some of my process. So as y'all see these three spray bottles. These are a cleaner that I got from a local record store. They're locally here. And normally when I go out to the record stores, I try to buy a I buy a pack. Usually they're between $15 to $20 for it. It's three different bottles. It's a three-thing process. Now, of course, that fourth bottle you see there, that's distilled water. Of course, you get that on your own. That's the bottle I bought and got the distilled water in there, as you see. Of course, it's already been used. It is what it is. But you also see down there, you see my fiber, microfiber rag. Also, this is a key right here that you need. This part. This is what you put on the album to protect the paper part of the album, right? So you need, this is a must, which I got this off of Amazon. You can find this on Amazon. Very reasonable price. So this is a very important product that you need. Now you could take the chance on cleaning them and not getting the water on the record label. Doesn't work too well. I definitely will recommend you buy one of these. Of course, as you see right there, that little brush like thing. A lot of people use that in old barbershops for usually to put the shaving cream on. But what it is like a little duster. So it allows me to dust off the records prior to going through the cleaning process. So I just want to show you some of the things that I use in order to get my records up to standard. But with that being said, let's get to it. So we're here. Going to take the first album. We just gotta take this apart. Make sure you keep the seal on so you can keep all the liquids moisture off. So you do it like this. So we'll put the top part of the to the hole. So we'll put that on here, and of course put that right there. Stick it onto this so you'll see you have this is well covered, and then of course you get this part, stick it on top of there, make you to on top of there, make sure you keep your gasket on so we can keep all liquids off the label. And so once you do this, you get the other end and you twist it and you tighten it up. Hold one end, tighten the other. All right? And once you have it as tight as you need to where it's sealed, vacuum sealed on both sides, right? Hand tighten, don't try to do too much. Hand tighten. That's when I go through the process. So, of course, you wanna, first things first is, dust off any excess dust. Now, fortunate enough, it didn't have a lot of dust on it, so it won't take a lot of dusting right? It won't take a lot of that. It is what it is. Make sure you get both sides, right? You get both sides. And so we start off with the first process. So it's all, they're all numbered. So process number one, you do this first. Now, some may say spray it on the rag. And do it that way. Or some say spray it on top of the album. Either way, you can't go wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's all about comfortability. Whichever way you choose to do. I'm trying to figure out. There we are. Why would it come out? So I like to spray it on top of the rag and do it that way first. I know some people who may want to do just the opposite, but I want to make sure I get a nice amount on there. And of course you got to do it on one side. What you got to do on one side, you got to do on the other. Now I'm just going to spray down there. Let's spray dirt down there. It really doesn't matter. You can do either process, it still works. Like I said, I usually like to spray it on the rag, but I wanted to do it both ways so you guys can see it. And so that's step one, right? Make sure you get good wiped off on both sides. Cool. So now we'll move on to step number two. Step number two, process, same process. Same process. I'm gonna spray directly on there just to make the process go a little bit faster. Right? And of course, wipe it down on both sides. Make sure you get both sides clean real good. Now we got process number two done on both sides, so we all good. Right? So now, let's set this down, put the top back on it, and start process number three. Process number three, same way. This is just a, you know, what we consider the final part of the cleaning process. So we're gonna do it that way. Make sure it sprays out. Oh, it's spraying good on this side. I don't know why the other ones didn't do it. But, you know, spray it on this side. Spray it on that side. And we're gonna do this process the same way we did the other two. Make sure you wipe on both sides. Make sure it's real good and clean. And flip it over, do the same process. Now, normally I like to wear latex gloves with it, but I didn't feel like going through all of that for just this process, for this one album. Now, if I was dealing with multiple albums, I probably would have did that. But just dealing with this one album, we're gonna just go through this process like that. Make sure you wipe it down good on both sides, man. Good and clean. Look at that. Look at that beauty now. Look at that. Look how clean that's looking, right? Now, the last and final process, using the distilled water to finish it off. the last process. So with that being said, let's get ready to get to it. So now, we put the distilled water on both sides. So now let's clean it. Let's finish it all up. Do it that way, clean both sides. Make sure we dry it off as much as we can, to the best of our abilities. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that album's good and clean. And now, got that album good and clean on both sides. Oh man, I like it. I like it. I like the way I see it shining. As you can see, the newness of it. It's there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is an old album back from the late 80s, early 90s. You know what I'm saying? So you got to show it some love, right? Got to show it some love. So with that being said, you look at that. See the way that album's shining? You see the way the album is shining? That's a good clean for that album. That is a good clean. That album looks beautiful. Now, we're gonna let that album dry off. After we let it dry off, put it over on the record player, put the needle on the record, let it go. Listen to some sweet tunes. You understand what I'm saying? With that being said, man, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, showing y'all a little bit on how I like to take care of some of my gently used albums, how I like to show them the love and keeping them clean, keeping them well taken care of. And that's my process of how I do it. With that being said, I'll catch you on the next one. Right on.